Hi, I'm Zariah. Growing up with an older sister like Melody always meant living in her shadow. Tonight was supposed to be different. A celebration dinner at her house for my promotion at Wilson and Reed Marketing. My first big win. At least that's what I thought. So proud of you, Zariah. Making waves already, Dad said, raising his glass. Melody's smile tightened. Yeah, impressive. Especially for someone so new to the industry. I should have caught the edge in her voice, but I was too happy. Thanks, Dad. I actually just found out they're considering my campaign pitch for the Caldwell account, I said, unable to contain my excitement. Mom leaned forward. The luxury resort chain? That's incredible, honey. Wait, Caldwell Resorts? Melody's fork clattered against her plate. That's interesting timing. What do you mean? I asked. Brandon, Melody's husband, suddenly became very interested in his mashed potatoes. Mel, maybe we should… No, it's fine, Melody cut him off. Just surprised, that's all. Brandon shot me an apologetic look. He always tried to smooth things over when Melody got like this. Zariah, how's that apartment hunt going? Mom jumped in, clearly sensing tension. Actually, I found a great place in Westlake. The views are amazing and… She can afford Westlake on a junior associate salary? Melody interrupted with a laugh that wasn't really a laugh. I've been saving, I replied, trying to keep my voice steady. And the promotion came with a nice bump. Well, aren't you just crushing it? Melody said, pushing away from the table. Brandon, help me with dessert. As they disappeared into the kitchen, Dad squeezed my hand. Don't mind her. She's just stressed about her own promotion. What promotion? I asked. Mom's eyes widened. You didn't know? She's up for creative director, but it's not finalized yet. The kitchen door swung open as Brandon backed through with a cake. His expression was strained. Everything okay? I asked him quietly as he set down the cake. Just typical Melody stuff, he whispered. Been on edge all week about work. Melody returned with coffee cups, her movements stiff. So, Zariah, tell us more about this amazing campaign that's going to land you the Caldwell account. Well, it focuses on experiential luxury, connecting authentic local culture with high-end amenities. I call it Luxury with Roots. The coffee cup Melody was holding froze midair. What did you just say? Luxury with Roots. It's about authentic… That's my campaign, she hissed. My concept, my tagline. I blinked. What? No, I've been developing this for weeks. Liar! She slammed the cup down, coffee sloshing over the rim. You stole it from my laptop when you stayed over last weekend. Melody, Brandon warned, placing a hand on her arm. I did not. I would never… 3 years I've worked on the Caldwell pitch. 3 years. Melody's voice rose. And you just waltz in and take it? Melody, I swear I didn't… I saw you! In my home office, on my computer. I was just checking email because my phone died. Dad stood up. Girls, let's calm down and… You've always been jealous of me, Melody continued, her eyes flashing. Always wanting what I have. My success, my house, probably even my husband. Brandon's face went white. Mel, that's enough. Tell them, Melody demanded, turning to Brandon. Tell them what you saw. He looked trapped. I saw her at your computer, but I don't know what she was doing. See? Melody pointed triumphantly. This is insane, I said, standing up. I came up with my campaign independently. I didn't steal anything. Like hell you didn't! Before I could react, her palm connected with my cheek in a crack that silenced the room. The sting spread across my face as everyone froze. You have 5 minutes to leave my house, Melody said, her voice dangerously low. And if you think you're presenting that campaign, you're dead wrong. Mom gasped. Melody! No, Mom, she's a thief. A fraud. Melody's eyes locked with mine. And I'm going to make sure everyone knows it. Marcus set a cup of tea in front of me as I finished recounting the previous night's disaster. My cheek still stung where Melody's hand had left its mark. Let me get this straight, he said, sitting across from me in his apartment. Your sister accused you of stealing her campaign idea, slapped you, and kicked you out of her house during a family dinner? That's the highlight reel, I said, rubbing my temples. You should have seen Mom's face. And you swear you didn't look at her files? Marcus! I stared at him. Whose side are you on? He held up his hands. I'm on your side, always. But I need all the facts if I'm going to help you. I checked my email. That's it. I didn't even know she was working on the Caldwell account. Okay, I believe you. He drummed his fingers on the table. But you have to admit it's a crazy coincidence. Tell me about it. I sipped my tea. And now she's probably going to tell everyone at Wilson and Reed that I stole her idea. Marcus's phone buzzed. He glanced at it and grimaced. Too late. Elena from your office just texted me. What? Why is Elena texting you? We've been hanging out, he said evasively. Not the point. She says Melody's already talking to HR. My stomach dropped. She's trying to get me fired before I can even present my campaign. What exactly is in your pitch that's so similar to hers? The luxury with roots concept. But honestly, it's not that groundbreaking. Anyone could have come up with it. Marcus leaned forward. We need to talk to Elena. She works closely with Melody, right? Maybe she knows something. 20 minutes later, Elena was perched nervously on Marcus's couch. Her fingers constantly twisted the ends of her hair as she spoke. I shouldn't be here, she said, glancing at the door. If Melody finds out? Elena, please, I said. My job is on the line. She bit her lip. It's just, Melody's been my mentor. She gave me my break. And I respect that loyalty, I said. But did she tell you I supposedly stole her campaign? Elena nodded. She was really upset this morning. Said you betrayed her. Did you work with her on the Caldwell pitch? Marcus asked. Sort of. I, helped organize her files. Elena's eyes darted away from mine. She's been developing it for months. Can you show me what her concept looks like? I asked. I can't share company files, she said quickly. That would be... I'm not asking for files, I interrupted. Just tell me, what's her main concept? Elena shifted uncomfortably. Well, it's called Elite Experiences. It focuses on exclusivity and luxury amenities. I exchanged looks with Marcus. That's nothing like my concept. There's more, Elena said, her voice dropping. I wasn't supposed to see this, but 2 days ago I overheard Melody on the phone with someone from IT. She was asking how to remotely access files from a specific computer. My computer, I realized. Elena nodded. And later I saw her with printouts of something. Your name was on them. She stole my idea, I said slowly. Not the other way around. But why would she... Marcus started. The creative director position, I said. Landing Caldwell would guarantee it for her. Elena's phone chimed. Her face paled as she looked at it. It's Melody. She's asking where I am. Says she needs me for an emergency meeting. About me? Probably. Elena stood, gathering her purse. Look, I never told you this, but check your sent emails from that day at her house. And maybe talk to Brandon. He seemed uncomfortable with something Melody was doing. As Elena left, Marcus turned to me. What's her husband got to do with this? I don't know, I said, pulling out my phone. But I'm going to find out. Brandon answered on the third ring. Zariah, are you okay? Not really, I replied. Can we talk? In person? There was a long pause. Meet me at Parkside Coffee in 30 minutes. Don't tell Melody. She stole my campaign, Brandon confirmed as we sat in Parkside Coffee. I saw Melody forwarding files from your email when you were helping your mom with groceries last weekend. My heart raced. What files exactly? The Caldwell presentation? He tapped the table nervously. She's been obsessed with this promotion, Zariah. After you left last night, she called her boss about making sure your pitch never sees the light of day. My own sister, I whispered in disbelief. Brandon checked his phone. I can't stay long. Melody thinks I'm at the gym. Why help me against your wife? His eyes met mine. My sister lost a promotion when someone stole her work. I can't be part of that happening to you, especially family. My phone buzzed with a text from Marcus. Found something. Come back ASAP. I have to go, I said, standing. Thank you. Be careful, Brandon warned. Melody's desperate. Back at Marcus's apartment, he showed me his laptop screen. I remotely accessed your work computer. Legally, since you gave me emergency access. Found emails forwarded from your account to Melody's personal address during exactly when you were at her house. Your entire Caldwell presentation. We've got her, I whispered. Also, someone accessed your work computer remotely Monday, using Melody's credentials. I grabbed my jacket. I'm confronting her, at the office, with witnesses. At least let me come with you, Marcus insisted. At Wilson and Reed Marketing, I marched straight to the conference room where Elena said Melody was presenting. I pushed open the door without knocking. Melody stood at the head of the table, mid-presentation. Zaraya, this is a private meeting, she said coolly. Is it? Because you're presenting my campaign, I replied. David Chen, the creative director, frowned. Miss Reynolds, we're in the middle of reviewing the Luxury with Roots campaign, right? My campaign? Melody's face flushed. David, can we have security remove my sister? She's clearly unstable. I didn't steal anything, Melody. But you did. I played the recording of my conversation with Brandon. As his voice filled the room, Melody's composure cracked. He's lying? I also have the email logs and security footage of you at my computer, I continued. That's not possible, she stammered. Melody, David's voice was stern. Is this true? Of course not. She stepped toward me. You've always been jealous of me. Like when you slapped me at dinner last night? I asked calmly. In front of our parents? You deserved it, she snapped. The room went silent. I think we've heard enough, David said. Melody will continue this in my office. No, she manipulated this. Melody's control was slipping. You think anyone's going to believe you over me? I built this company's creative department. Melody, please calm down, Elena said from the corner. You! Melody turned on Elena. You helped her, didn't you? I just told the truth, Elena replied steadily. Melody grabbed a coffee mug and hurled it against the wall. This is my presentation, my promotion! As security arrived, Melody lunged at me. You ruined everything! Marcus stepped between us, but not before Melody's nails scraped my arm, drawing blood. That's assault, David said sharply. Security, escort Miss Winters to HR and call the police. The company is pressing charges for intellectual property theft, Detective Rivera explained as we sat in a small meeting room. With your testimony and the evidence of both assaults, we can add those charges as well. Will she go to jail? I asked, uncertain how I felt about that. Probably probation and a restraining order for a first offense, she replied. But she will have a record. Marcus squeezed my hand under the table as David Chen entered the room. Miss Reynolds, I want to personally apologize, he said, taking a seat. We've reviewed all the evidence. It's clear Melody stole your work. What happens now? I asked. Melody has been terminated, effective immediately. He slid a folder across the table. We'd like you to present your original campaign to Caldwell Resorts on Monday. Really? It's an excellent campaign, he said with a small smile. Would you be interested in taking the lead? Absolutely, I replied, emotions swirling inside me. Later, as Marcus and I left the building, my phone rang. Brandon's name flashed on the screen. Should I answer it? I asked. Your call, Marcus replied. I took a deep breath and accepted. Brandon? Zaraya, I'm so sorry, he said, voice strained. Melody knows I talked to you. She's not handling things well. I'm sorry you're caught in the middle. She's asking to see you, says she wants to apologize. I gripped the phone tighter. I don't think that's a good idea. Please, Zaraya, she's my wife. She made a terrible mistake, but... A mistake? I interrupted. Brandon, she deliberately stole my work, tried to get me fired, and assaulted me twice. Those aren't mistakes. They're choices. People can change, he pleaded. She's family. So was I. I replied quietly. And that didn't stop her. Just think about it. Goodbye, Brandon, I said, ending the call. 3 days later, I sat in the main conference room surrounded by executives from both Wilson and Reed and Caldwell resorts. Impressive work, Miss Reynolds, said Janet Caldwell, the resort chain's CEO, especially under the circumstances. Thank you, I replied, feeling lighter. We'd like to award Wilson and Reed the contract, she continued, with you as the lead. The room erupted in applause. David shook my hand, beaming. Congratulations, Zariah. After the meeting, Elena approached me. Your parents and Marcus are waiting in the lobby. In the lobby, Mom rushed to hug me. We're so proud of you, honey. Have you heard from your sister? Dad asked cautiously. Brandon called. She wants to apologize. And? Mom's eyes were hopeful. And nothing, I replied firmly. Some things can't be fixed with an apology. She's still your sister, Dad said. Dad? She tried to destroy my career. She assaulted me. Twice. I shook my head. I'm not ready to forgive that. I might never be. What will you do now? Mom asked. I looked at Marcus, who smiled encouragingly. Move forward. Focus on my career. Surround myself with people who support me, not sabotage me. As we walked out into the sunshine, I felt something unexpected. Freedom. Not from Melody, but from the shadow I'd always lived in. For the first time, I was standing in my own light. Ready? Marcus asked, holding the car door open. I smiled. More than ready. Have you ever had to choose between family loyalty and self-respect? What would you have done in Zariah's position? Share your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories about standing up for yourself.